Hey everybody, today's video is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. And from showering to brushing your teeth to even shaving, Dollar Shave Club has got you covered. Now, we've all got our everyday routines, and mine is very simple. Jump in the shower, stay in the shower for like 15 minutes just because that's where I do my best thinking. Get over, brush my teeth, gel my hair, hit myself with the Dollar Shave Club razors, clean myself up, and I am looking good and ready for the day. No matter your routine, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. Shower products, oral care products, hair products, skin products, butt wipes, and obviously shaving products. They automatically keep you stocked up so you don't run out. And you choose your delivery frequency so you get what you need however often you need it. Like when somebody runs out of toothpaste, it's the worst feeling in the world. And you're squeezing it. I've seen it as wild as somebody cutting the toothpaste thing open to get that last little bit. It sucks to run out, and Dollar Shave Club sorts that for you. The best part is, the more you buy, the more you save. They call it their handsome discount. Right now, they have this great offer where you can get their shave, shower, or oral starter set for just $5 each. They sent me all 3 of their starter sets. The shave starter set comes with their executive razor and 3-ounce tube of their Dr. Carver shave butter. The oral care starter set comes with their weighty toothbrush and trial-size version of their toothpaste. The shower starter set comes with 3 trial-size versions of their Amber Lavender Body Cleanser, Citrus and Hawaiian Ginger Face Cleanser, and Sage and Black Pepper Shampoo. Fan of the shampoo and especially the body wash because my kid uses body wash like it's water. Just squeezes it all out. So to be able to order it and have it show up and not have to worry about running out when my kid goes through an entire tube of body wash in one shower, it makes life a lot easier. Join the club with one of their starter sets for just $5. After that, the restock box ships with regular sized products at regular price. Get this exclusive deal at dollarshaveclub.com/superspeedersRob. That's dollarshaveclub.com/superspeedersRob. There's a link right below in the description. All right, so big thing just happened. I love when car stuff makes mainstream media, but there's a pastor. He bought his wife a Lamborghini Urus. Sort of cool, right? It's a nice car, nice gift from the pastor. Problem is he's a pastor, and he works for a mega church, super church, owns a mega church. I don't know the specifics because I think it's all nonsense. But this highlights a very interesting dynamic that I think is going to change. And do you have a right to be angry at a pastor for buying his wife something extravagant? And he claimed it was his own personal money and not the church's money. But at the end of the day, when you throw that money into the basket, like, it's not up to you where that money goes. And that's one of those things that the only person I think that has a right to be angry, or the only people that have a right to be angry, are the people that are like, wait, why are these guys not paying taxes? And the religious tax exemptions, and I hate to this is probably going to be one of the most thumbs up, thumbs down videos I have, because the religious tax exemption is something that really shouldn't exist. And this is my personal opinion. We'll get back to the Lamborghini in a second. Like, you know what? Let's finish with the Lamborghini. I don't think you have a right to be angry. Like, you give the church money, whether the church wants to fly private jets or do whatever it does, that's up to the church. It's completely out of your hands. You're giving that money for whatever illusion that you have that it's going to bring you good fortune. It's going to go to feed the poor, the hungry, take care of any of that. I walk down the street. I don't see nuns walking up to the homeless people in Miami and saying, come with me, let me get you some food. I don't see a little soup stand on the corner. I don't see any of that. I don't see these organized religions that take money in doing any of this. And with all the money that exchanges hands, I'd expect to see a hell of a lot more. I'd expect to see the same thing as we have a disaster response after a hurricane or something like that, where like firefighters from New York are jumping in their trucks and going down to help out the rescue efforts down in Louisiana. That's great. That's something I can see, but the government's paying for that. All of this money that I see going into these religious institutions, when there's a crisis, there's a migrant crisis. I don't see churches setting up church like on the border of the U.S. and Mexico saying, come here, everybody who's hungry, and we're going to take care of all of you, and we're going to make this right, and we're going to use all of this money that was given to us by our patrons, and we're going to fix the world and make the world a better place. It's done all primarily through feel-good stories and just entertain. I don't want to say entertain. I don't want to diminish somebody's beliefs or religion. I mean, you're entitled to believe what you want. It's just the only thing that happens when you give money to the religious institutions. I don't mean to pick on churches. It could be synagogues, churches, mosques. I'm just thinking of all different places of worship. There's like 200 different religions out there. So whatever you're contributing money to, the only real complaint you can have isn't where that money goes. It's the only real complaint you can have as a person that pays taxes would be that they have a tax exempt status. And that would sort of bother me that somebody with a tax exempt status is living an extravagant life and not paying taxes. It's not like the money is like, and this can be said, like, I guess we're going at all charities here because a lot of charities squander money. And you can't be upset. You give money to and I'm not going to pick out the Red Cross. Again, none of these individual charities that I bring up are going to be targeted specifically by me. But there's a whole charity report, and if I can find a link, I'll put it in the description below, about all of these charities that take in the money, and like 4 cents on the dollar, 4%, 5% ends up actually going to the research that you think you're funding, or the little picture of the kid with one leg at the counter. Most of that money gets squandered it's not for profits. All that money gets spent, but it doesn't necessarily get spent on the things that are making you put your hand in the jar and dropping the money. And that's what really sucks. It's like, I'm a charitable guy, but I'd rather buy the guy on the street the food than I would just throw money at people or throw money at somebody saying like, oh, I feel good now. I just donated to that. And now something's going to happen. I don't see all the money going where it's supposed to, and it's really unfortunate. It speaks to the human condition, but it's also all of these tax-exempt companies, be it charities or churches or synagogues or mosques or anything, they all seem to have the same thing in common in that, like, they just don't pay taxes. They are huge money movers. And something that the huge swing, the dynamic shift right now is that religion is going like this. All these millennials, the only good thing other than avocado toast that came out of millennials is that they're becoming less and less religious as time goes on. So as the calendar goes like this, the religion goes, sorry, I guess they sort of go in the same direction, but like that. So the religious tax exemption and these charitable, I mean, maybe not the charitable ones, but the religious tax exemption, I see coming to an end in my lifetime, assuming I live like another 40 years, hopefully. But I can definitely see that shift because the more people that are out there that are unable to pay their bills and their taxes are going up because you millennial rat bastards want everything paid for, and you want health care for free, and you want this for free, and you want that for free. So now all of a sudden the cost of government goes up. So that means somebody's got to pay for it. So they raise taxes on everybody who's paying taxes. But you know who's not paying taxes and moving a hell of a lot of money? Religious organizations. And I mean, the same thing can be said. There's a lot of people that want to have tax exempt status for their homes. Like they have these Jewish homes up in these areas, and they start putting up these monster houses, and they're like, well, it's a place of worship. Now they don't pay taxes. And that's sort of sketch. Like, why, if you believe in this, do you not have to pay taxes? Why is there a religious tax exemption, and everybody else's property taxes have to cover your services and your share of the pie? So now the more people that buy these properties and start putting up religious organizations, there's now fewer people paying taxes, which means everybody else's taxes go up to cover the population in the area, and that sort of sucks. And all that's going to do is anger the tax-paying people, and especially if they don't believe in what you believe in. As that paradigm shift happens, where more people or fewer people are believing in these religions and believing in these exemptions, the exemptions are going to probably be pushed to the wayside. And there was a story just now down in Miami where churches are supposed to be nonprofit, but there was a church running a school out of the church. They're not paying property taxes, and then they're like renting the church out for stuff and everything like that, and they're bringing in money for profit, And now they're getting hit with a $17 million tax bill for the last 8 or 10 years. Think about how much tax they haven't been paying, but to get $17 million in back taxes, and that's only taxing the portion of the building that was used for profit. So imagine what the tax bill should be, that everyone else is subsidizing just because it's a place of worship. And I get the idea behind a religious tax abatement. I mean, you can't have a church that's only bringing in $600,000 a year, pay $4 million a year in taxes, because the church would have to sell the property and move. But if you think about the underlying wealth that lies in these organized religions, of all the properties that they own and the bank accounts that they have, and just think of like the Vatican and all the money that is sort of there tax-free. I don't know how this works in other countries. You guys from other countries can leave your comments with how taxation on religious institutions works over there. But at the end of the day, I don't see this as really working. And this whole thing spawned with the, should you be angry at a guy for buying his wife a Lamborghini? And if you're not angry that they're buying $50 million private jets, the preacher is buying it with your money and saying this allows me to spread the word of God quicker by not flying with you commercial peasants. You can't really be upset if the guy buys his wife a Lamborghini. They're living in you look up Joel Osteen's house or any of these other guys, living in these 100,000 square feet mansions. And I always thought the whole thing about religion is that you were supposed to live this, like, I mean, maybe it's just monks, but like live these simple lives where you just walk around and like help the needy. And it turns out that you're helping yourself a hell of a lot more than you're helping the needy. And ultimately, I think that's going to change one day. And I don't think it's going to change as a result of this video. I think there's going to be a lot of people. Again, I've got no problem with whatever of the religions you believe or don't believe in. But at the end of the day, I think the only thing you have a right to be upset about is the religious tax or the not-for-profit or religious tax exclusion versus what they do with the money. If you had any idea what they do with the money, you'd be pissed 6 ways from Sunday, and they'd probably make a hell of a lot less than they actually do. Sorry.